So here's step 9. This is the axle setup on the right and left side of the rear axles, or rear drivetrain. So it's really simple. These pieces are identical, so it doesn't matter how you set that up. You just put the small piece in the front, the big bearing in the back. Make sure it's all the way in there. This piece slides through, and your drivetrain will sit in here. So that's pretty much the setup. It's super quick, super simple. So here are the basic items you will need to start your set for the rear assembly. Now, super quick and easy. You take your pin here that you have, slide it through. You actually just want it to stick out enough that you can get these O-rings on. So you slide the first O-ring on, and then you slide your assembly on, slide your knuckle on, then put your other O-ring, try to fit it into that gap, which can be very difficult. Once that's in, you just slide your pin the rest of the way through, and you're good to go. Alright, so once you have your pin in, you take this little screw and you're screwing it into the bottom. This will ensure that your pin will stay inside of this hole here. That'll hold the whole knuckle assembly on, so make sure this is tight down. It will slide and spin around once you get it in, so it'll just free spin like that. And that's how you know that it's on the metal, so that when you're good to go, it's ready to run. So now you take this piece, and you got to make sure that you put it on the right way. You just pop it in there, and then you take these two screws and just thread that in. That's for the shock. So this is basically what you need for your whole rear assembly. Now, what I have noticed is they do have these plastic R2, F1, R1, F2 pieces, right? Or you can take these nice option parts, which are, well, as you can see, aluminum, right? Anodized aluminum. And they're a lot tougher than this plastic, I'm assuming. From what I've done on previous builds, the metal is always tougher. So they do have these plastic ones that keep them. They're nice if you are to bend or break these metal ones. And then you can have a replacement until you go and get new metal ones or something, or whatever you decide to do. So hang on to those. It's always nice to have option parts. That's why I like getting kits. Now, for this assembly, you got to make sure that these eyelets that you get are the proper ones, because if you notice, one is offset from the other. So one is centered and one is slightly down. Now the one that's slightly down goes in the front, and the one that's slightly down, or the one that's centered, goes in the rear. Now I'm going to assemble this because it takes too long on camera, and I will come back for step 12. I've now fully finished the front and rear assembly of the drivetrain. So now I'm going to start on the chassis.